Swear Mind Out Loud. My name's Adelie.
I'm Marisa.
And I'm Abby. Welcome to our podcast.
Three teens openly talking about the ins and outs of mental health in youth.
Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth episode of our podcast. Yeah, getting into it a little bit. But today we have another guest, surprise. It's Dino.
Yeah.
Hey Dean.
How's it going?
Would you like to introduce yourself, Dean? Like who you are, your hobbies or anything? Just anything you feel necessary for them to know.
Yeah, so I'm Dean. I'm sporty, I guess. Play rugby sevens. I'm in the team that's a year younger than me.
What's your star sign?
What's March? Aries?
Yeah, you're Aries.
Aries, yeah.
Oh wait,
Aries,
what day are you?
you're
Seventh.
before me. You're a Pisces.
Oh, Pisces, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Pisces.
We're both Pisces.
Same thing.
That's really good. We should get everybody to say their star signs.
Yeah,
just
that's
because
just a
of
new
Kobe.
thing.
Just because of Kobe.
Have you? No, you wouldn't know. But Kobe was
You
like,
listened
Yeah,
to
I
it last
listened to it
night.
did you?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw
Oh my
it.
God.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I can listen to this. I listened to like
Thanks,
the
Dean.
first 7 minutes of the Kobe.
Oh, so you heard Kobe saying, "I'm a
Yeah.
Cancer." Oh, that's so good.
Today's topic is...
Topic.
Our main topic for today is friend groups. And just basically how would you say?
The experiences, the nitty gritty, the background
The
behind the
dynamics.
scenes. Also, today we are going to be having our first YouTube video that, like, you can actually see us.
Oh, and we should also address that Abby is not here.
Dean's not even a guest. He's just replacing
Yeah,
Abby
he's
from now on.
just, yeah, pretty much.
Straight off.
Dean, what's your overall opinion of friend groups? Like, however you portray that question, you answer it however you want.
So how do I see friend groups?
Yeah.
My experience with friend groups is a lot like just segregation between people that like this or do these kind of things. They obviously want to hang out with each other and like relate, because you never see quote unquote nerdy people in the sporty friend group unless they're just having small talk.
You just see it as similar people hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think that different dynamics could work in friend groups?
I do, but I reckon it would be a bit of a struggle with some people. There's like some people that will be all friends, but then when someone new and different comes along, they might not like that person just because they're different.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adding on to that, for some people it's hard to accept others. Like if they have a different opinion, different
Yeah.
religion, different ideas,
Yep.
different everything. It's hard for people to like get along better. I think it's easier for like people to get along if they have similar interests.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
What do you think a healthy friend group looks like?
Healthy. Definitely not a toxic friend group.
Oh.
But healthy friend group in my eyes is, I see it as everyone fits in. Everyone doesn't have to try extra hard to fit in. Everyone is friendly to each other. Everyone's not picking on each other. I reckon a good little teasing's okay, as you can probably know from my friend group. But yeah, usually it never goes any further than a couple jokes, and then 5 minutes later we won't even remember it happened. Yeah, better friend groups are basically everyone's friends with each other. Everyone doesn't have anything to grudge on or anything like that.
That's a very good answer.
And a follow-up, what do you think a toxic friend group looks like?
Some friend groups I see are very picky on each other, but then they act friendly to each other when they're in front of other people. But then when it's just them, or when it's people that they're comfortable with, they reveal their quote unquote real whatever they like. And I see that in a specific friend group quite a lot.
I have a question. How would you describe your friend groups of the past? Like toxic, healthy?
Friend groups of the past. Right. So I've definitely changed quite the amount since primary school. In primary school, I had 3 main friends, and from what I remember, that's pretty much it. And we were the biggest troublemakers that the whole grade. We got called into Mrs. office at least twice a week. We got yelled at all the time. We got busted. But one of us, it could have been me, could have been someone else. I'm not saying it. But in year 6, we used to have a substitute teacher come for Friday mornings in my class, and she would always have this big bag of like prizes and things.
Oh,
And so if someone did something really good, she would give them a prize. But one of us thought it was a great idea to snag some of those gifts without anyone knowing.
That's really fun.
But yeah, now obviously I know better. What I mean by that is we're definitely not
You've definitely matured a lot.
Yeah.
There's not as much bad stuff going on.
Something I wanted to add on to that is what I've realized is people that come from like toxic groups and stuff, I find are a lot more mature than the ones that stay in those toxic friend groups. Seeing people like move from toxic friend groups because they realize like it's not a good environment. It's such a mature thing to do and you just grow.
Do you reckon that because you were troublemakers as kids, it's just because, you know, you're a kid and most like kids have that troublemaker side of them? Or did you actually like feel a point in your life where you're like, that's stupid? Or did you just mature by age, like naturally?
So when I was in primary school, obviously I was a naughty kid, but yeah, we were pretty bad. And then in year 6, things started settling down the middle of the year. Then last term was probably the last time I was bad for primary school. But in year 7, I was friends with like the Eshays now. I was friends with all them. That popular friend group, I was friends with them in year 7. But from then I started getting closer to the friend group I'm in now, and they're just so much better. And yeah, I'm pretty happy that I'm friends with them because yeah, some things that goes on is something that I don't agree with. So because of like my religion and my beliefs and stuff, definitely helped also with that because obviously I started going to church and properly learning about God and Jesus and how to behave as well. And yeah, that definitely changed me a lot.
I don't think there's one person in your group that I don't like. They're all so funny and nice. I love Chegg. Love that man.
Love Chegg. I think that's really cool because I moved out of a pretty toxic friendship group. You know, some people are just not meant to be friends and it's hard to accept that sometimes. You want to be friends with these people because you've had so many memories and stuff with them, but in the long run it's going to be better for you to move on. Yeah, and you can definitely have good times with people that are like, I really hate the word toxic because sometimes it could be toxic towards you and your mental health, but they're not meaning it in that way, you know, and toxicity is a whole nother topic we can talk about. But I feel like there's intentional and like non-intentional.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
People are unintentionally.
I feel like some people just don't realize it.
I reckon that's also like personalities colliding with each other as well.
Did you guys realize that you were in a toxic group, or did it take someone else to realize that?
In primary school, I was originally friends with some people. Then I kind of moved into a different group. But then those old friends, they're super honest, which I like because they can tell me if they know something is wrong and if like there's something that I need to change or like need to move out of. Yeah.
Do you realize yourself?
Well, yeah, because I started properly realizing how bad I was, especially because of the averaging 40 demerits a term and like 10 after schools a term.
That's crazy.
Countless RTCs, like more RTCs than demerits, and that level got pretty bad, and that was definitely one of the factors.
Did you think it was just all normal, like that you got all that? Did you really care?
No, I absolutely did not care. I saw myself as the rebel.
The cool kid.
Yeah. That stereotype of the kid that just does what he wants and doesn't care about anything or anyone.
You know, because we've both been here since prep, so like the people who are in prep, the parents will kind of know each other. I feel like that's the only way I was mutual with you, but then otherwise I was scared of you. He's so naughty. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
It's really weird because like if you think back to like primary school and now, like you've changed a lot.
Part of puberty and that stage where your brain changes the most out of the entire timeline, that age gap in between 11 and sometimes up to 19 or 20 is when the brain changes the most. And I reckon maturing for most people is during that time, but it's different for everyone. But I find, especially me, that I started maturing by age.
Everyone has like the different personalities when talking to different people. Like if I were to talk to a parent versus my friends will be completely different.
Yeah.
But I know that when you talk to girls, you're very respectful. I was about to say respectable. That's not a word. Respectful.
A part of being mature is knowing when to be mature and when it's okay to be childish.
I know I'm mature, but then again, I'm like, am I? Because I'm very like how'd you put it?
I think you are very mature because like in situations, you can be immature, but like in like good situations, like funny situations.
Yeah.
But then there's situations where it's like there's somebody, like people fighting in the group, and then you'll be the one to say, either I don't want to be a part of it, or let's talk this out because, you know.
Because it's not like I'm going to be serious all the time, because that's not who I am. Just because I'm mature doesn't mean I'm serious. I am a childish person. I feel like, I don't know.
You should see me and my stepdad when we hit the gun range because there is a huge difference in mental factor between, say, me messing around with my friends And especially around some such things like, at the gun range, being taught how to use firearms and like that big situation when you're around things that potentially, like, if not used well, can kill. That mental stage of being very mature here, but not being so over there.
Yeah, being able to be like, okay, this is a serious situation. I need to like kick myself in the backside to make sure that I'm gonna be doing the right thing. I feel like that's a major thing in like a guy's life, is not only how he treats his mum, but how his mum treats him.
That's why I say, like, to boys who are like being rude or something, I'm like, would you say that to your mum?